Okay, here's how to add some more detail to your tree house. We're going to add the trunk of a tree and some branches coming out the top. You can even have some branches that come out to the sides, but you might not want to add too many of those in the beginning because I'm also going to show you how to do a slide and how to do a balcony, okay? So first thing for the tree, you want to start with a little bit of a curve here. That's going to be like where the tree basically enters into the bottom of the tree house, as if the tree house were sort of built around the tree. And then you're going to add in the edges of your tree trunk, okay? I'm going to draw in the bottom of the tree trunk, but if you'd like to, depending on where it hits on your paper, you could just have, like, let's say your paper ended here, and really all that we saw was we just saw like the edges of a tree trunk, and then your paper just stopped. You could do that way, okay? If you have enough space and you'd like to add some roots, I will show you guys how to add some roots in there, okay? So basically the idea with the roots is that they kind of go like out to the sides, okay? You definitely don't want to have them, like a lot of people draw in roots going down like this and draw a lot of details like that. And it ends up looking like we're seeing sort of like a view underneath the ground. We don't want to see that. So basically what happens with tree roots is they kind of sprawl out horizontally and they go underneath the ground basically. So you really only see like sort of the horizontal effect. The hard thing about the ones coming forward here is that they're kind of coming straight out at you. So they're going to look kind of short, okay? So I'm just going to draw in a wavy line, and this will be one of the ones that's sort of coming out at me. So what I'm doing is I'm basically drawing the top of the root, and then I'm drawing like the ground that's sort of covering the root, okay? On this guy over here, I'm going to draw the ground that kind of covers this edge of the root, okay? I'm going to have maybe one more coming out this way. And again, maybe I'll have like, maybe it'll even kind of go up into like a V-like area here, and the ground will cover that root, okay? And then maybe I'll have one more area where you can see that root going out over that way. And that's pretty much it. You don't want to have anything really going directly down, okay? Okay, next thing we're going to do is draw a few branches. Branches are kind of like roots. You want them wider, like where they touch the tree or the treehouse, skinnier as they go out from there. Like you could actually draw in, like if you want to draw in like a half circle up here, you can have a branch sort of coming through the treehouse itself. Some really intricate tree houses are built in that fashion where they're kind of built around the tree as opposed to like destroying the tree. They kind of just build around the structure. So anyway, obviously this is like not a perfect shape. It's kind of wavy, kind of jagged. I'm also going to add on some smaller branches coming away from here. Whenever you add on a smaller branch, you have to erase where they connect, okay? You could have smaller branches on your smaller branches if you want, but again, erase that connection where they connect there. You can have branches coming out all directions. Like I said, you could also have a branch sort of coming out from the side. I'm doing mine over here on the right because I know that I'm going to want to add a balcony here later, and I'm also going to add a ladder coming in here, okay? So again, my branch is getting narrower at the edge, and it's not perfect. There's some areas that look kind of jagged, kind of broken, like it's been weathered in a few storms, something like that, okay? All right, so there's a branch. Again, erase connections where they connect back. All right, next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a ladder over here. For the ladder, and I've done this in a lot of different, probably like about 5 or 6 different quarters with different classes, and we've tried out different ladders. And what I found is the easiest way and still looks convincing like a 3D ladder is basically we're just gonna kind of fake perspective on these. So if you were actually drawing in this ladder, what these ladder rungs would look like is they would look like they were sort of getting smaller towards that left vanishing point. You're gonna draw a vertical and a vertical on each side, and then you're gonna take 3 corners over to the right vanishing point. Add a vertical, add a parallel. That's basically what each one is going to look like. I'm going to go in first, and I'm just going to draw in the fronts of all the ladder rungs, okay? And then we'll go in and we'll make them 3D, okay? So remember, the front is going to look like this. It's going to look like it's going up to this left vanishing point over here, going up to the left, vertical, vertical, okay? That one kind of wasn't vertical. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take 1, 2, 3 corners, over to the right vanishing point this time. So I'm just gonna fake it, like I'm bringing them over that direction. I'm kind of looking that direction. Then I'm gonna throw in a vertical, and then this guy's just gonna pretty much be parallel to the top, okay? Erase a little bit of excess if you need to. Sometimes what you'll do is maybe you'll have one of these that'll overlap like the edge of the tree trunk, and then you need to do some erasing there, okay? So that's basically what all of the ladder rungs that are gonna look like basically below the horizon line. So anything below the horizon line, this is what they'll look like, all right? If you have one on the horizon line or one above, they're gonna look a little bit different. So on the horizon line is actually a little bit easier because you only see the two sides. Remember, if something's on your horizon line, you don't see the top or the bottom, you just see the sides, okay? If it goes above your horizon line, you can look up and see the bottom of it, okay? So if you have one above your horizon line, it'll look like this. Still two lines going to the left, still vertical, except this time, you're gonna use the two bottom corners and the top right, and you're gonna see a little bit of the bottom of that guy, okay? Let me draw that one in again, that's kind of messy. In fact, I'll erase all these and I'll just draw them in with you guys, okay? Maybe I'll even bring you in a little bit closer. Yeah, let's get in there a little bit closer. So I'm really just kind of using, well, I am using both vanishing points, but you'll just have to kind of envision where that right one is. All right, so two lines to the left, vertical, and then I'm gonna take three lines over to the right, but this one I'm gonna do the two bottom corners and the right side. The one on the horizon line, two lines to the left, vertical, you're only gonna see the right side, okay? Now, all the ones that are underneath the horizon line are all gonna be the same. I'm gonna draw in just the fronts of them real quick. Two lines to the left, vertical. Two lines to the left, vertical. Two lines to the left, vertical. Now I'm gonna take the top two corners and the bottom right over to my right vanishing point. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All these lines look like they're heading the same direction. That's important. Then on the edges, I'm gonna add a vertical, parallel, vertical, parallel, vertical, parallel. Okay, so that's kind of what your ladder should look like going up to meet the treehouse. Good luck. If you need to pause or rewind, do it, okay? All right, other than the ladder, I want to show you how to do a sign and then, a slide and a balcony. Now a sign, if you want to draw on a sign, you know, that says like, I don't know, some kind of type of treehouse rules or something like that. I'm going to do mine above the door. It basically just starts out exactly like a window. So you're going to do, oh, I'm sorry, let me grab my ruler. You're going to do two lines down to the left vanishing point for the top and bottom of your sign. The edges will be perfectly vertical, so I'm going to draw in some vertical edges. Right now it's exactly like drawing a window. Whenever you're drawing a window, you just take the top and bottom to your same side vanishing point, vertical. Now to make it three-dimensional, that's a little bit more difficult. On a sign, what you're going to do, yes, we are above the horizon line, that is true. But remember, we're drawing a box above the horizon line, so we should see some of the bottom, okay? Now, instead of protruding inward towards the building, this one's going to project outward, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to mark the two bottom corners and the top right corner. So basically, we're going to see a little bit of the bottom edge and a little bit of the right edge. It's kind of the opposite of my door here. So my door, we're seeing the left and the top. This one, we're doing the bottom and the right, okay? Because it's projecting sort of the opposite direction. Instead of sinking in, it's coming outward. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take all three of those corners to my right vanishing point. Just line those little guys up. Give yourself a little bit of extra. They don't need to be very long, but again, you don't know how exactly to line these up yet, so give yourself a little excess. All right, on the bottom, it's gonna come from the left, and on the side, it's just gonna be a perfect vertical up. And there's your sign, okay? If you wanted to draw a word on there, your word would also have to go down, okay? So I'm just gonna write the word no for now. So the top and bottom of my no still has to go down to the left. The verticals on my N are still vertical, and my O is still pretty vertical. It's just the top and bottom touch those lines, okay? I'm just gonna write no boys because it's shorter than girls. Sorry, boys, okay. So then when I do boys, I gotta do the same way. The top of my boys is gonna go down to my left, and the bottom is gonna go down to my left. And when I do the B, I'll still have a vertical O, Y, S. Okay, so just make sure it's touching the top and bottom of those lines. Remember that words are not exempt from a perspective. They still have to look like they're getting smaller towards that vanishing point. All right, let's do a real quick balcony and then a slide. So for my balcony, what I'm going to do is I'm basically just going to continue like the bottom of my tree house out. Now, the good thing about that is I already have those lines in because I left them in. So I'm just gonna continue the bottom out this way and the bottom out this way. So like the bottom corners of my tree house, this bottom corner and this bottom corner are just continuing to the left, okay? I'm gonna close those guys off with a line to my right. So this is actually the bottom of my balcony that I've just created. I'm gonna erase my excess. And then all I have to do from here is I have to go up with a vertical on the side. This is going to create the railing of my, you know what, I'm actually gonna do, yeah, I'm gonna do the vertical. Okay, so this is how high my railing's gonna be out here. Remember that railing's gonna appear larger as it goes in towards the house. So I'm gonna take a line from my left, connect it over like that. Now I'm gonna do a double line on the bottom to create the base of the balcony and a double line on the top to create the railing. So I'm just gonna add in 2 more lines from the left vanishing point. Really, this has been like all lines of the left vanishing point, 1 line to the right to do the front of the balcony, and then 1 vertical. Now in between here, I'm just gonna throw in some vertical lines, and these are gonna create my railing, okay? If you wanted to do the railing as like a double line, you could do that, guys. You know, like maybe I'll go back in and give these guys like a double line next to it so they have a little bit of width. Okay? And that's a balcony, that's pretty much it, okay? Later on when you're doing some coloring, if you want to like shade this bottom area in so it looks like it's getting less sunlight, you could do that. You could even shade in the bottom of the treehouse, really. All right, to add a slide, this is the last thing. A slide's gonna come out, it's gonna have 2 lines that are equal distance apart. If you have a tree branch, I would just, you know what, I don't really want to be that wide. But anyway, I would just draw over it for now. And then come back later and erase. You can decide which one you want to overlap. I think I'm gonna have my slide overlap my tree branch, so I'm just gonna erase my tree branch in there. If you wanna draw the opening on a slide, it kind of looks like you're drawing the side of a chair. And then on the opposite side of the slide, you're gonna have it, well, you know what, that's kind of bad here. I'm gonna start with a curve here, and then it's gonna be a little bit bigger of a chair, kind of like that. And then you're gonna see a little bit of that on the other side of the slide. So there's like the opening. And then you're gonna have to draw these joints, kind of like where the pieces of the slide are kind of bound together. So draw 2 curved lines, straight line, and then some knotty areas in the middle, like those bolts that hold it together. Yeah, you want to erase the slide where it goes inside that joint area to draw in your bolts. Okay, that's pretty much a slide. I think that's all you need to know.